Hi, okay, so this video was requested by a Facebook friend of mine who I will tag in the post, but basically she just wanted to know how do I do my edges, and this is the easiest style to show how I do my edges. I'm going to be using Ampro Style Gel, which is like the best gel I have found for holding my hair, especially during the work week. This lasts all day. I can take off my, Army patrol cap, and that's what it's called. And, I can take it off multiple times and my edges are still laid by the end of the day. So I'm going to finish twisting this side. I've already twisted this side and put it in a little puff. So I'm going to finish doing this side. And like I said, this is just the easiest style to do to show how I style my edges with this kind of style. It's just easier to do it. So I'm just twisting it back. And this is a single twist, like it's not a 2-strand twist or anything like that. Just making sure I didn't catch any of the other side in here. And once I get it all twisted, it's not very tight. I don't really like it that tight. I kind of like it to be able to like loosen up throughout the day. Then I'm just adding a rubber band, try to make sure that they're on the same level as each other. And then I just take my hair through and I just leave it, like leave the ends out just a little bit so that like when I let go, the curls are kind of sitting up here on top, on top of the rubber band. And I have this little ball. I like these little puff balls. Okay, so did one side, the other side. This one is a little fuller than this side, so I'm just gonna try and kind of pull this one apart so it's just as thick, and then pull it down so that they're kind of leveled. Okay, so now that that's done, okay, you can see that this hair is kind of sticking out here. I'm just gonna add a little bobby pin just to secure this side. All right, so now that's done. Okay. All right, so the key here is this toothbrush. It's just an old, I call it a baby toothbrush because, let me get, I call it a baby toothbrush because if you compare the size, this is the toothbrush that I actually use to brush my teeth. It's a whole lot smaller than this adult toothbrush. Turn it. But yeah, it's just a normal toothbrush, nothing fancy. Like this one has like the rubber little teeth here and all that. This just has regular bristles. So this is the key right here for grooming those edges. And I call it my gel brush. So I'm gonna take out my gel. I'm gonna dip my brush into the gel just to get a good amount on the gel, on the brush. And then I just kind of lay the gel onto my hair. I'm gonna dip it again. So I'm not doing any kind of styling right now. I'm just laying the gel onto my edges here. And then I'm gonna go back and actually style it. All right, so I'm gonna also wet my brush a little bit because my hair has kind of been sitting for a little bit. So I just dampened it. And then I'm going to start to mold. Now I use my other finger to kind of, just kind of make sure the hair lays down after I use the brush. And I just call this molding my edges, so it actually has some sort of style to it. I'm gonna re-wet my brush. And I might go over it a couple times, you know, because, you know, once I do one, like kind of, I call it like a wave. Once I do one wave, it may affect the other one, so then I go back. My favorite part to do is this front part because I can be a little creative with it. So I added the gel. I'm just put a little bit more gel on here for this front part. And I really like to make sure that this front part is really like molded properly. The look that I like to go for is like a more like a retro kind of 50s look in the front. And that's what I do. If you can see that. I'm gonna redo these after I did that one. So you can kind of see what I did there. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the other side. So you can see the difference between the way this looks and the way this side looks. This side is like puffy and there's no kind of style to it. This one actually has like some style. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other side. I just wet my brush again. I'm dipping my brush into the gel. Make sure there's a good amount on it. I'm going to lay it onto my edges. Not really styling at this point, just getting the gel onto the edges. I also like that the gel is brown because my hair is brown and it just blends really well in with my hair. So I'm doing the same thing. I kind of like to go a little bit further back and add a little bit gel on there so it's like a little shiny back there. And I'm just doing the same thing, just creating like a wave with my hair. I was looking at one of my pictures yesterday and I was like, I need to bring this down a little bit more to give it more exaggeration. Also, this gel, like when you do this, like you see how wet it looks right now? It'll look like that all day. And that's one of the things that my sister liked about this, because when I showed it to her, like this wet look, you'll have it all day. Like it'll, you know, your edges will look sleek and, you know, like moisturized all day. And it doesn't really make your hair that hard. I mean, depending on how much you put on, you know, could change it, but it doesn't really make your hair that hard. So you can kind of see the difference now that I've done that. You know, this was all puffy before. Now it's nicely laid down. And it looks like I actually put some effort into, you know, this style. So let's see if I can give you like a closer. Yeah, but this is like my favorite little style to do, just for like when I'm not really trying to dress up that much, but I want to look like I've actually done something to my hair. So hopefully that helps. All right, bye.